All right. Hello, 7th graders. If you're watching this video, it's because you have a penguin card. We're going to do a few examples and then flip to the back page and kind of do a sort of constructed response. I apologize if it's really small to see. Just make sure that if you can't see that you're listening carefully while I go through it. So example 1, we're going to distribute the expression below. I have 8 times the quantity 4 plus x. Now, what I notice is a lot of us have difficulty distributing the x through this 8 through this x. Well, we know that this x has an invisible coefficient of 1. So I can distribute 8 times 4, which gives me 32. And I'm doing 8 times a positive 1x, which would be 8 times 1 would give me a positive 8x. So the answer is 32 plus 8x. Pause this video, try the next problem on your own, and then come back and we'll do example 2. If you are back, you have done the next problem and we're ready to go on to example 2. Example 2 wants us to distribute the expression below 1/3 times the quantity 12y minus 9. So this means I need to multiply 1/3 times 12y and negative 9. So first I'm going to do 1/3 times 12y. Two different ways we can do this. You can do 1/3 times 12 over 1, which would give you 12 over 3y, which simplifies 12 divided by 3 is 4, so that'd be 4y. You can also draw a picture. So I have 1/3 that I'm looking for. I could draw a box and split it into 3 pieces. I'm looking for one of those 3 pieces. Well, if I have 12 split up into 1, 2, 3 pieces, that means that 4 would go into each piece. 4, 8, 12, and I'm looking for one of the 3 pieces, so I get just 4y. Now we also need to multiply the 1/3 times the negative 9. I'm thinking already in my head, a positive times a negative is going to be negative. And I have 1/3 times 9. Again, 2 different ways I could do it. I could do 1/3 times 9, which isn't the same as 9 over 1, which would give me 9/3 y, or 9 divided by 3, which is 3y. I could also draw a picture. Again, I'm looking for one of 3 pieces, and I have 9 total pieces, which means 3, 6, 9. I want one of the pieces. That's 3. The final answer is 4y, and this is my mistake. This should just be minus 3. There's no y there. 1/3 times 12y gives me 4y. 1/3 times 9 is simply 3. Try the next problem with your partner at a volume, or try the next problem independently. If you need to watch this again, go ahead. All right, if you're coming back, you did the next problem and you're on to example 3. Example 3 wants us to simplify this expression. I see that I need to distribute 2 different times, so I'm going to start here. 4 times 6g will give me 24g. 4 times positive 2 will give me positive 8. Now, when I'm moving on to the second part, I need to distribute this negative 3 among both these numbers. So a negative 3 times a positive 4g is going to give me a negative 12g. And now I need to do negative 3 times a negative 5. A negative times a negative is going to give me a positive 15. Now I just need to combine my like terms. I have 24 g's. I can combine that with these 12 g's, and I see a negative sign, which means I'm going to subtract 12 g's. So 24g minus 12g will give me a positive 12g, because there's more good guys than bad guys. I also now can combine my 8 and my 15. Positive 8 plus positive 15 will give me a positive 23. Hit pause, try that next problem independently. If at any point you need to go back and refresh yourself, head back, pause the video, head back and watch example 3 again. right, if you press play, that means you're back ready for example 4. Example 4, we're going to simplify the following expression, similar to what we did last time. I have 8 times the quantity 2z minus 3 minus 2 times the quantity 3z minus 6. I'm going to distribute a positive 8 times a positive 2, gives me a positive 16, and I have a z. A positive 8 now is going to be multiplied by a negative 3. A positive times a negative will give me a negative 24. Now with my second distribution, I see that I have a negative 2, so I'm going to need to distribute a negative 2. Negative 2 times positive 3 will give me a negative 6, and I have a z. And then I need to do a negative 2 times a negative 6. A negative times a negative will give me a positive 12. Now I need to combine terms. I have positive 16z and negative 6z. I can combine them by doing 16z minus 6z, which is 10z. And now I have a negative 24 and a positive 12. Well, when I have one number that's negative and one that's positive, negative 24 plus 12, I can subtract the two numbers, so 24 minus 12 gives me 12. And then I look, are there more good guys or bad guys? There's more bad guys, so it's negative. The answer to this one is 10z minus 12. Hit pause, try the next example, and then once you finish that, you'll head to the back side of your packet. The back side of your packet has an expression that Mr. Hammond wrote, and you need to decide if the following expressions are equivalent or not. Just put a yes or no under where it says equivalent and show your work for each of the 4 problems. Good luck.